Hello and welcome back. I've just remembered that you're doing the lead-in.
Hello and welcome back.
Pretend I said nothing.
Hello and welcome back. Back to Euroclash. It's Sunday, it's day 2, and this is game 3 of day 2 here at Euroclash, hosted by Newcastle Roller Derby here at the Dome.
And you got all the numbers in the right order. I'm really proud of you.
I'm proud of me. This game is going to be between Tiger Bay Brawlers and Göteborg Roller Derby. So Tiger Bay Brawlers coming into this tournament ranked number 8 in Europe. Göteborg Roller Derby coming into this tournament ranked number 13th in Europe.
But as we know, everything is on sandy ground as we head into the rankings cutoff on Wednesday, the 1st of April, in advance of the European WFTDA regionals. And it has been a very cold weekend in Newcastle, but the heat has been thoroughly turned up on the track. My goodness me. Tiger Bay, of course, coming off this, they just played game 2 of today. So they should be coming into this game nice and warmed up, but perhaps with their heads a little bit down after that last game.
It was a bit of a closer game between Tiger Bay and Newcastle than I think Tiger Bay would have liked. It didn't kind of go the way it went.
It was
in the
a great
direction.
game.
It was a great game, but in terms of the score differential, it wasn't that kind of ratio that the bout predictor was looking at, and it's not.
Yeah, it was meant to be a 5-2 ratio, and it absolutely did not come across.
Looking at a bit of a dip in GPA for Tiger Bay coming off that last game.
The thing is that we've been doing a lot of the maths and the analysis kind of frantically in between games, right? And we're not gods. You could be mistaken. You could be forgiven for believing it was so, but we don't know all the machinations that are going to impact the rankings at that Wednesday cutoff. But there has been some analysis which suggests that if Göteborg come here and really challenge Tiger Bay, keep them to a 30-40 point game or even get the upset, that would actually impact Lom. Now, Lom are currently sitting at the number 12 spot, Göteborg at the number 13. But if Göteborg could bump up their GPA, that could threaten Lom, and it would mean that Lom would need to come into the last game of today, which is against the host Newcastle, and absolutely annihilate them. So really, there's so many moving parts, and there's so much maths. It's beyond either or both of us.
But a big shout out to Riggs from Euro Derby News for giving us the maths and kind of putting it into words that we can understand to be able to convey to you at home about what this means.
Huge for you to assume that the people at home understand a single word that we're about to say, but unfortunately you can put us on mute. It's your life. We will take you through the rosters at a convenient time, but we have Tiger Bay Brawlers playing in orange with black accents. We have Göteborg Roller Derby playing in white with teal accents. And I would like to give my usual blanket apology to the nation of Sweden for any mispronunciations. I am trying my best, but my best is not very good, especially when it comes to being Swedish. So, look, I love Swedish roller derby. I'm just really, really, really bad with the umlauts and the vowels. I'm sorry.
We're going to do our best, and that's all that matters.
We're going to try so hard. Oh, we've got Plant and Prince lining up for the first jam of this game. Spill on the inside line. Princeton pushing up at the front. Lovely bit of offense coming in there. Is that Malice Babs? Potentially. Yeah, it is Malice Babs wearing the pivot hat for Göteborg.
Kafka being sent to the penalty box for a multiplayer. We're only 20 seconds in and already picking up penalties.
Yeah, and a really nice stretch pack, and that is Princeton with the first lead of the game for Göteborg Roller Derby. Plant taking the star off. Nice little twirl around Malice Babs to clear the initial just as Princeton comes in on their scoring pass. Calls the jam. A couple of points going up. Yes, 2 points. 2 points. Why am I going into French? There's no French teams here. Not on the track at the moment. Yes, but not currently in front of your rivals. Look, this is Euroclash. I'm trying to be as inclusive as possible, even if that means speaking entirely the wrong language.
A beacon of inclusivity here in the Dome.
Now, you've been announcing for Göteborg for much of this weekend. What has been really interesting for you watching them? What stood out, if anything? I've just put you on the spot there.
Really strong defense. Really slow, grindy jams.
Oh, my fave.
But also keep an eye out for last line of defense as well.
Speaking of which, there we go. And Crash Landers making it out of the pack, but lead has actually been given to Fred Finter, who a little bit behind. I want to give a shout out to Crash Landers, incidentally, who had a really phenomenal game with Tiger Bay Brawlers previously. A bit of a rising star of Welsh roller derby. Was on, if I remember correctly, the Welsh training squad for the World Cup. And is just really hitting new heights with her jamming. So amazing work. Angie and Bumblebee lining up. Bumblebee's had a great tournament.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Bumblebee.
Something, sting, something, buzz.
Yeah,
like,
puns, jokes.
Some kind of puns or jokes that I can't form into sentences at this point in the day. So we've got a pack, once again, Tiger Bay at the front, and once again, the pivot Malice Babs coming up to offer some offense, having to drop back to bridge, popping back in again. Lovely formation there from Tiger Bay.
Full defense from Tiger Bay as well.
Yeah, that is punishing for Bumblebee, who is taken down and but pops up. I think Tiger Bay thought that they had gone out of bounds, but they are lead for Göteborg. Now Angie breaking free of the pack, completes the initial for Tiger Bay. And we're going to have, I think I was about to call them picky bits jams, but I really realised that that's, well, delicious indeed, but a very British reference. So rather than that, I'm going to say, it's these jams where we've seen quite a bit of this today, to be fair. In the first game, where we had Bear versus Lom, there were very few jams from Bear's side where they actually scored the full 4 points. It was picking up 1, 2, 3 points here and there. And I think that's going to be characterised, I think the first quarter of this game is potentially going to be characterised in a similar way. Plant now taking the lead for Tiger Bay Brawlers.
So breaking a streak of 3 consecutive lead jams for Göteborg. So looking to see if they can actually capitalise and get some points on the board.
And really beautiful 2-all up front from Wild and Evans of Tiger Bay. Princeton working patiently around it to complete the initial. Göteborg as well, missing some really key skaters this weekend. I don't know if they're skating under a different name, but I'm pretty, and somebody in the chat will probably correct me, as indeed you should, but I think Fraulein Freckless went to Göteborg when Dock City and Gothenburg merged to form Göteborg. But she's not here, and I don't know if she's skating under a different name. I mean, I've really enjoyed watching the Göteborg Jammers. I think Fred Finter's had a great tournament. And
Sister Lister as well.
Speaking of the devil, and she shall appear, Rogue Runner and Fred Finter, 2 lovely alliterative jammers on the line. Rogue Runner drawn back. I think that's by Kafka. And Fred Finter picking up lead. Rogue not far behind, putting the burners on, trying to make up that quarter of a track of space.
Göteborg blockers going in for offense. Fred Finter taking a tumble to the outside, picking up 1 point in the process. We had a lead change earlier on, now on a tied game.
Well, one of the things I've really enjoyed about this weekend is we've had some really low-scoring games. And it's because I really enjoy it when we don't have these massive blowout jams. And it's a real testament to the quality of the Euro derby that we've got going on in front of your very eyes. Tiger Bay taking the front off this jam start. And that's 404 Payne Gretzky, who's also had a smashing tournament, throwing in some offense at the front, but now it's all system switch. Crash Landers now at the front. Göteborg in full defensive lockdown as Bumblebee tries the line, finds it shut down by Evans.
Stretchy pack.
Yeah, very chewing gum, blue tack vibes, but now compression, like a harmonica. That's a much nicer metaphor than chewing gum.
Harmonica pack.
Yeah, all pack almost, there we go, being broken, but now being reformed and stretched out once again. Great tenacity from Crash Landers at the front, who has one to beat, which is Payne Gretzky. Look at that one-on-one blocking.
That is the Payne Gretzky that I've really enjoyed watching this weekend. That facing off against the jammer, last line of defense, holding them for ages as a lone blocker. Nice
footwork there from Crash Landers. Pops up for 4 around the outside. Bumblebee with star in hand, having a tough time against this Tiger Bay defense, who, you know, and you've got, I mean, the Tiger Bay defense is famous in Euro Derby, right? Like, you've got some real stalwarts of the game there. Look at this, who is that going to work? That Nuka and Evans just absolutely making Bumblebee work for that initial pass, who does now complete it.
And, yep, calling off the jam, picking up another 2 points, bringing them to 10. 14 plays 4. We've seen Göteborg kind of making more of those kind of lead jams, but not able to capitalise.
The conversion is not as high. That said, Tiger Bay are going to start too light in the pack as we head into Jam 7. I mean, those two are Pip Gray and Kids, which, like, I mean, if you know, you know, right? Angie at the back against a 3-wall of Göteborg. Prinsen up front, breaks through that 2-wall for lead for Göteborg. And now it's kind of a revolving door in the penalty box as one player re-enters the track, another player leaves. So can the Jammers take advantage of this kind of chaos?
Pack picking up
Swiss cheese pack we've got going on, full of holes. Some whoops and cheers on track. Let's see what that's done to the points total. Do talk to us in the chat. Tell us what you've enjoyed about this weekend. Tell us who's standing out for you. Tell us what tell us what your predictions are. Tell us your thoughts and feelings about this, the rankings that are coming up. Tell us if you're new to watching Derby and perhaps you're watching, you know, for maybe the first time because one of your friends or family members is playing. Please, we'd love to hear from people in the chat.
So apparently Fräulein is now called Frickenfracken.
Yes, and is she still playing under 11? I think that was her old number. Yeah, and so she isn't here today.
But yeah, just not. I don't believe here this weekend.
I love this kind of like. It feels like a spy. It feels like, you know, not only have the team names changed, but the actual skater names. It feels like a spy movie.
But apparently you're out here doing the God's work, letting people know that apparently some people out there not knowing that Dock and Gothenburg actually merged.
Oh.
So we are out here educating.
In the meantime, Pant had a completely untouched scoring pass there, comes back in hungry for more. Fred Finter with nice toe stops around
spins.
Yeah, around Angel, then has to shake off Wild. Tiger Bay really stretching out the front of the pack, making the Jammers work for that initial pass. Yeah, no, I can't remember exactly, and of course somebody will tell me in the chat, but yeah, Dock City and Gothenburg merged a little while back. I think one of the things I'm saddest about is that Dock City's uniform was one of my favourite uniforms in roller derby. Like, it was fashion, it was style, it was grace.
It's called fashion, sweetie. Look it up.
I mean, literally, what would I know about fashion? I'm sitting here in a sequin jacket, which, you know,
it's an ounce of uniform, babe.
It's Sparkle Sunday here at the Walker Dome, but you know, I think in roller derby, I know it sounds really bleak, but sometimes with teams it's adapt or die, isn't it? And those teams adapted and they've formed this new kind of super team, like a Transformers team. Look at me trying to use cultural references I do not know. It's my entire announcing shtick, to be perfectly honest with you, talking about stuff that I don't know about. But that's why I've got you here, Smash, to tell the people the truth.
What about Transformers?
Probably roller derby more than Transformers, but if you've got any Transformer fun facts, please throw them in. So we're in a team timeout. I'm just going to try to run through the Göteborg roster super quickly. We've got 1618 Fred Finter, 21 Katriaken, 24 Stopless, 247 Bella, 26 Bumblebee, 3 Prinsen, 31 Malice Babs, 404 Payne Gretzky, 410 Alta, 48 Moran, 5 Fema, 56 Snag, 8-3 Kafka, and 9-4-0 Sister Lister. And once again, my apologies to the nation of Sweden for mangling any pronunciation.
But you did time it perfectly to the whistle, so...
Bella used to be a primary jammer for Dock City now, as did Mala. So it looks like we've had some kind of position switches as well with this kind of new team formation, which is great. I love it when jammers become blockers, because then it's like, feel the pain that we have suffered for you all of these years.
But also the kind of awareness of what's required of both roles.
Yes, absolutely. Equally, I love it when blockers become jammers. So we have Rogue Runner and Sister Lister. Is this Sister Lister's first jam out?
Relief jammer for Göteborg, but doing incredible work every time they've been out on track on that jam line. As we're seeing, stretching out that Tiger Bay wall all the way up.
Great work there by Pip Gray at the top of the pack. Beautiful one-on-one defense. But Sister Lister is lead for Göteborg. Rogue Runner taking the star off. And I'm really enjoying this kind of fluid Tiger Bay structure where they're almost in a I've used this analogy before. It looks like a kind of Meccano shape where it almost snakes around.
Yeah.
People who know Meccano know exactly what I mean.
Engineers.
Yes. I'm sure we've got many of them in the chat.
Sister Lister seeing the danger, calling off the jam, getting 2 points.
Smash, this feels like quite a lot of penalties going on. That we're going to have 3 in the box at the start of this next jam, I believe.
We had
2 for 4 of Kid and Kafka, a 4-arm apiece.
We had it.
And Malice Babs for we do not know yet.
Question mark. A mystery penalty.
A mystery. Maybe just the vibes. The referee going, you've done something wrong, but we're not quite sure. Pop yourself down and have a think about it.
So I'm going to use the. Oh.
No, you're not.
I'm not. I'm going to sit down, take several seats, Smash. You're not going to talk about who's skating for Tiger Bay. But I will, eventually.
We believe in you. Crashlanders and Princeton on the jam line with a micro pack. 3-2 on track. 3 for Tiger Bay. Kafka now re-entering the fray. Crashlanders on her knees, but pops back up. Göteborg. Kafka going back to the box.
Ooh, naughty, naughty.
Naughty times.
Don't touch people's backs. Getting the recycle to the back of the pack. A bit of a battering there, from Kid there. Now 1 to beat up at the front.
Do you know what? That waterfalling from Göteborg there was absolutely beautiful, because I really thought that Kid had opened that lane right up, but they just materialised at the front of the pack. There's been some beautiful waterfalling this weekend, I have to say, particularly from Lom and Newcastle. So I'm really excited to see that matchup later.
Oh.
No lead yet, and we're almost a minute in.
Crashlander's being recycled again.
Yeah, Princeton stuck very firmly behind. Is that Wilds? Nuke is there, Evans is there. We've got this kind of doubly braced two-wall going on now, falling into a tripod.
4 arms penalty being awarded.
Oh my goodness, almost 1 minute 30 in, and Princeton is awarded that lead status. Wild off to the box for a 4-arm. Crashlanders free of the pack with 25 seconds on the jam clock. Nice little close shot there coming in to see Princeton working on this scoring pass, sorry. Crashlanders coming in, gets at least 1 point. I think that'll be 2. I think there's a ghost point there for Crashlanders, yes indeed. Because Berlin was in the box, so Crashlanders only had to pass 1 blocker on track in order to gain their points. Because them's the rules.
Them's the rules. So 14 to Göteborg, 24 to Tiger Bay. We've had 10 jams, and we are still at a very, very low scoring game.
I've been obsessed with that this weekend. Yesterday, the last game of the day, Lom Göteborg, the final score looked like a halftime score.
Yeah.
It was so low. I think in 10 years of Derby, of watching Derby, that's the lowest scoring game I've ever seen.
It was incredible.
It was literally like we were about 25 minutes in and we hadn't reached 40 points. Bonkers.
But of those 10 jams, in terms of the split of lead, that's 7 Göteborg leads. Tiger Bay only picking up lead 3 times. But again, as I mentioned, it's the conversion and what they can do with
I
it.
feel like it's all still a little bit tentative on track. I think increasingly as the weekend has gone on, players realise how much is at stake, but they also realise that it's the great thing about these tournaments, getting to play teams that you don't normally play. Like, it's really hard to predict how things are going to go and how they're going to respond to your style. I'm going to give a shout out to Hawk, who's on the jam line. She had a jam in the last game, but that was her first ever, she was saying to me, WFTDA like sanctioned game jam.
Really?
So yeah, which is really cool to see her getting some more experience in orange for Tiger Bay. Bumblebee is lead, a Hawk versus a Bumblebee.
Flying beasts on track.
But Hawk escapes, and look at her put the burners on. What an amazing turn of speed from the Tiger Bay jammer. Bumblebee not going to risk it. Has a couple of points, I think. Let's see what the jam ref throws up. Not in a physical way. That was poor phrasing. My apologies to the roller derby internet.
So 2 points picked up by Göteborg.
What's going on in the chat, Smash? Does anyone want me arrested for crimes against Sweden yet? It's only a matter of time.
Not yet.
Not yet. Give it to somebody. Shanks is pointing to something in the chat going, you're going to be arrested.
You're going to be arrested.
Listen.
But apparently, get low. The scores agree. Get low. Get low on track. Get your scores low.
Plant and Fred Finter, speaking of getting low. Oh, beautiful little hop on the inside line from Plant to pick up lead for Tiger Bay. Fred Finter still in the pack. And Payne Gretzky as the pivot, playing some offense, trying to pick off one at a time for Fred Finter. But Tiger Bay doing really well at popping back into these gaps previously cleared for them. Enemy hits the floor. Fred Finter takes a little bit of an opportunity to complete the initial. And Plant working away. Göteborg's walls really going for more of a zonal defense style rather than trying to lock into a particular shape, which is interesting because I think their walls are really strong. I don't know. I think it's still so close that it's hard to pick out who is like what's defining the game at the moment.
I think I found that with all of the games.
Shanks, have we had any multi-passes? Like, we've had one 10-point jam, that's it, going into jam 13. So we've had one jam where there's been multiple passes. Looking to change that is Princeton, who's doing very well for Göteborg. Angie picks up the initial pass, clears it for Tiger Bay. Princeton already in the pack in scoring position. Hips past at least 3 players. Did they get the full 4?
Looks like a 3 to me.
Looks like a 3 to me. Them's the numbers. Do you know what I'm really relieved about, Smash? Sometimes you've got to really take stock and think about what you're grateful for in life. I'm really relieved that we don't do jammer lap points anymore.
Oh.
It would just be one more thing for us to keep track of, let alone the blessed refs who are already doing a sterling job.
What do you mean I need to know where the jammer is in this economy?
Göteborg taking the front of the pack. Crash Landers trying to use Nuka as a little bit of a battering ram. Doesn't quite get the purchase, but she is at the front of the pack. Bumblebee at the back.
Giving a bit of a run up into that wall of Tiger Bay blockers, finding some help on the inside, but not quite enough, and digging down into that wall of Tiger Bay blockers again. Some
beautiful offense from Nuka, and Crash Landers. She's really having a great tournament. I'm so pleased for her. Crash Landers is lead for Tiger Bay Brawlers. Bumblebee working away on Nuka, Angel, and Evans.
Was a 4-wall at one point, and I was like, that's not where you want to be.
Yeah, Wild now bridging the pack. Seeing a lot of this kind of chest backwards blocking in the wall from the brace this tournament as well, which is really interesting stylistically. We've got a lot of that chest blocking going on in 3 and 2 setup. So I'm looking forward to rewinding the stream like a massive nerd and breaking that down. Did Bumblebee complete the initial there?
Yeah, Bumblebee's got 2 points up in the air.
Look, it's good that one of us has got eyes that are working. I think I was so fixated on Nuka.
Reasonable.
She's like a controlled whirlwind, right? She'll do that thing where she spins into the pack and spins out, and in spinning out, takes a brick from the opposing wall.
Oh, Tiger Bay starting with 2 in the penalty box. So pack advantage in favour of Göteborg. Fred Finter, your lead. Oh, not your lead, Jammer. Calm down, Smash. Go sit down for a cut track penalty.
Is that our first Jammer penalty?
It is our first Jammer penalty. Shanks is nodding at us furiously.
So we have Rogue Runner on a power jam, which is danger if she can get out. Great power kill going on right now from Göteborg, splitting into 2-2 walls and then now back into a 4 formation, but Rogue does eventually pick her way through.
Still taking 30 seconds to get that lead though, so like you said, incredible penalty kill from the Göteborg blockers.
Yeah, and Tiger Bay doing a great job there, marking the Göteborg players one-on-one, splitting them up. And Tiger Bay now drawing back Fred Finter as they re-enter the fray from the penalty box. Rogue just having a nice time.
Just doing laps. Bring back 27.5, Rogue says.
27.5 is Rogue's like backwards lap. Backwards lap drill.
Just no resistance in that last pass, picking up another 4 points for Tiger Bay. We're starting to see that kind of running away with the score.
We've got a palindrome score, Smash. It's one of my favourites. And we've got not only is it a palindrome score, it's a precise 2-to-1 ratio score. Oh, the Derby gods indeed bring the bounty to the Walker Dome this fine Sunday.
I love a bounty.
What, you love a bounty, like the chocolate bar bounty?
Yeah.
Right. Are you telling me that out of a tub of celebrations, what you'd pick as the bounty?
In our house, the bounties go first.
Wow, that is messed up, my brother. Like, that is messed. That's messed up.
Smashy Boy and Just Ken.
All right, I know that you're trying to like get sponsorship from Bounty or whatever, but like
Mars, if you're listening. They Mars? I don't know.
Oh, probably Mars own everything.
Other chocolates are available.
I'm going to be. I can't unsee that fact about you now. We're going to reevaluate our friendship.
So
Plant and Princeton, not silly enough to eat the bounty first. They wish to eat the pack. Oh, Plant tries that inside line with a little shirt whip, doesn't quite land it. Forced to reset. Göteborg at the back with a 3-wall. Of course, it's Nuka.
Doing Nuka things.
Nuka doing Nuka things and clears that outside line with such lovely, patient work. Plant lead jammer for Tiger Bay Brawlers. Princeton swallowed up by this wall of orange at the front of the pack.
Digging in, working for every single foot.
Yeah, great tenacity there from Wild. Still bridging the pack now, but Nuka and Evans just going to work on this 2-wall. Unreal defensive structures from Tiger Bay Brawlers right now. Plant having a lovely time. Haven't had a star pass yet, have we?
No.
Star passes have been real popular in the other games. I think Terry Sudren took more star pass. Like, I think she jammed more than she blocked.
Terry Sudren took 2 star passes in subsequent jams.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
Put her on the jammer roster already, guys.
Yeah, if you want to be a jammer so bad, just take the star. Get rid of that stripe.
She's just really diverse. But my point is that star passes have been used to really great effect in a lot of the other games, and it feels like Göteborg have not. It's not that they've not been wise to that. Everyone knows what star pass is, right? But they're not deploying it. And it's, Malice Babs, who's out there with the pivot at the moment. It was a great primary jammer for Dock City back in today. So
Lom against Göteborg last night were utilising it. They, as soon as that lead whistle was called, that jammer cover was off.
Yeah.
And it was like, we are getting this star out, no matter how we are getting it out.
But then Tiger Bay's waterfalling ability, like their ability to just materialise at the front of the back is so precise that maybe they think it's not worthwhile, and that actually they've said, you know what, Jammer's got to be jamming. You chose this life. Angie out for lead after 30 seconds. I think that's Angie's first lead of the game. Angie, of course, I don't know if her current position is that she's still with Madrid, but she has been with Madrid for the last couple of seasons and a real game changer in that Spanish team.
Making easy work of those Göteborg blockers being kept split.
And look, we've got a star pass. I manifested it.
Well,
Oh no. I didn't manifest it correctly because it was out of play, and now she's right. Temeraire is telling Malice Babs, you've got to go to the box, my love.
Oh.
And they've now been given an in-sub as well, because that penalty was whistled at least 4 times.
Yeah.
I think Malice was trying to figure out if she was the active jammer receiving a penalty, or if she had miscompleted the star pass. So who'd be a ref, man? We respect our officials so much. In the middle of all that chaos, Angie's just doing her laps, having a nice time.
Well, this is perfect opportunity for Angie and to really extend that lead. Now, we're already on 12 points.
Now,
but we're going to keep going. It's got a whole minute.
And Sister Lister, at the dying whistle, picks that star cover back up. So the good news for Göteborg is that Malice is sitting as a pivot, not as a jammer, because otherwise we'd be having a power start for Tiger Bay, and that would be majorly bad times. Nice score by Tiger Bay, 16 points, biggest jam of the game so far, takes them to 69. Feels like 3 seconds ago that they were at 44.
And it was when they were on 44 that Göteborg was still on 22.
Yes, so really Tiger Bay just pushing that score out to quite a convincing lead with just under 6 minutes to go. We're in an official timeout, I think probably just to wrangle the correct penalty for Malice Babs.
So I'm going to use this time to
we can finally do it.
Talk about who is skating in the orange today, and that is Tiger Bay Brawlers. We've got 101 Nuka, number 108 Crashlanders, 18 Charismatic, number 22 Rogue Runner, number 31 Plant, number 40 Kid, number 45 Hawk, number 5 Enemy, number 59 Wild, number 6 Evans, number 62 Pip Gray, number 80 Thorn, number 81 Angie, number 88 Kemp, and number 999 Angel. That's Tiger Bay Brawlers, babes.
And we just want to give I want to give a bit of a shout out to Dos Santos, who took a nasty injury yesterday, so isn't playing today. But we really, really wish her well and a speedy recovery and many treats.
Bounties.
Oh my God, stop. Pushing the bounty agenda, Smash. We're going to get told off by the other chocolate lobbies. I don't know.
Well, what, Willy Wonka up in here?
Look, don't use Willy Wonka's name in vain. That man is magic. He appears from nowhere. He will drown you in a chocolate river. He doesn't care about health and safety. There is no railing around his chocolate river, which really would have been quite a simple solution. I think we can all agree.
So Shanks has just given us
a look.
Some lovely, lovely stats.
Shanks gave us a look. That's what they gave us.
So Tiger Bay, we've seen that really big surge in points. So it's been 37 in the past 3 jams.
Blimey, that's a bit excessive, isn't it?
Do less.
yeah, calm down. Anyway, Crashlanders and Fred Finter jammers. At the moment. Oh no. A blocking with the lesser seen blocking with the head penalty. Going to Fred Finter before they even reached the pivot line, leaving Crashlanders on a power jam.
Ghost.
What?
Sounded power jam. Ghost.
I think you're just saying random words, but with a stutter now. Crashlanders in scoring position, just seen to the infield, courtesy possibly of the foot of Fema, but I'm not a ref. And Göteborg now setting up that defensive structure at the back. Fred Finter re-entering. Nice penalty kill by Göteborg Roller Derby. No points put up yet for Crash. I think she's got points in the pocket, but she's not completed the scoring pass. She's not out of the pack.
But now Fred Finter out for their initial trip.
And Crashlanders going, no thank you. I will be taking my points and leaving none for you to scoff up. Tiger Bay, once again, though, left in a little bit of penalty trouble. I think we want to check this out at half-time because they're going to start once again. 2 in the box. 1 in the box for Göteborg, so 2, 3 in the pack. There's barely anyone on track.
Well,
they could merge and make a new team. Just,
again?
Yeah, they could just have one team on track. Rogue Runner and Bumblebee. Really grindy, lovely start here. Rogue having to use her agility, but Göteborg filling these gaps really nicely, and Bumblebee making it out for lead.
Thank you, plain Laura Jane, saying I'm with Smash, I love a bounty. Ugh.
Listen, this is not a democracy. Stop the chat. High fives from Tiger Bay as that jam is called. No points on that last go around. Were there any points in that jam? I think not. Maybe I think they called the jam before they could hit the pack. Let us know in the chat if you're indifferent to bounties. I'm not against bounties per se, like as a concept. Like, they're fine to exist. It's just, don't tell me that they're better than the truffle ones. Anyway, serious roller derby business happening on track right now. Plant and Princeton having to use all the strength in their considerably powerful legs. Oh, Plant makes it out, takes a hip hit. I think that was from Fema again. Princeton really close behind, and now some disruption going on in the pack. Göteborg trying to get to the front.
We haven't seen many of those jammers getting out at similar times and forcing those really, really short 1-2 point jams. No kind of offensive jamming.
I think that's been characteristic of a lot of this weekend. And if I have the time, I'll be really interested to go back through the stats book and look at the proportion of multi-point passes compared to these like picking up Picky Bits jams. I'm copywriting it. I'm calling it a Picky Bits jam. It is what it is. Fight me in the chat if you will. But I think it's accurate. Angie wearing the start for Tiger Bay Brawlers. We are still very close to the jam line. We are swirling around. Oh, and Angie is going for a sit down. I think that's Angie's first penalty of the weekend. I might be wrong, but she's played a really clean tournament. But she's in the box for a track cut.
We've got
Fred
Pivot in the box
Finter,
as well.
Absolutely balletic. Spins round to obtain the lead status.
It's going to be first points for Göteborg in a very long time. They've been held on that 22 score for quite a while.
Yeah, it's been a time. Yeah, beautiful work there from the Göteborg defense, just kind of whirlpooling Tiger Bay in and clearing out space. Angie now back from the box, completes the initial pass, my apologies. Some bodies on the floor for Göteborg, and something's being whistled. Stopless and Charismatic starting in the box. One apiece for each team. Charismatic on quite a few penalties, and she's an absolute brick in the wall for Tiger Bay, so they're really going to need to watch that.
So 6 points picked up by Göteborg.
And Karis has finished her penalty. Evans is now in the box for a back block penalty.
So I feel like that's got to be the first kind of multi.
I know Karis is in there as well. She wanted to join the fun. So I want to know, and again, Shanks, I don't expect you to have this statistic because this is a very specific statistic, but it feels like Tiger Bay have had 4 or 5 jams where they've started 2 down. Look, we can rewatch the footage at our leisure and really pick that apart, because it feels like this tournament, penalties actually haven't been the deciding factor, and maybe that's just the vibe I'm going on. You know, there are some games where you watch and you go, yeah, the penalties have decided it for that team. I haven't felt that. I haven't felt like a team's come off track and have gone, oh, if it weren't for our penalties, that might have been different. Do you have a different opinion, though?
I mean, yesterday there were games that felt like they were penalty heavy, and I think there were instances where there was scoring opportunity that was lost due to penalties.
But I don't feel like it felt particularly one-sided, like one team getting significantly more than another. That's what I mean, right? I think it's kind of been the penalties have had a neutralising impact.
Just an air of general penalty in the dome.
Listen, just the vibes were... No, but I think I've really enjoyed that because there's been some really clean play as well. Relatively few jammer penalties throughout the weekend. I'm not nerdy enough to go and compare it to the last Euroclash. Maybe I am. But anyway, lovely grindy start here. Crash Landers and Bumblebee wearing the stars for their respective teams. Box starting to empty out. I'm portmanteauing my words without meaning to. But no lead yet. We're 20 seconds in. Lovely two-wall work here from Angel and Evans at the front. Bumblebee flips hips round. Something's on the floor. Is it a lip balm or is it a bearing? I don't know, but it's on the infield, so no one's going to trip over it, hopefully. Great reforming by Göteborg at the front of the pack, holding Crash Landers and really holding their lines nicely. So the offense can't come in, and it leaves Crash on her own to work around that wall.
That is a formidable three-wall of Tiger Bay blockers for Bumblebee to work their way through. Down to 2 now, but that 2...
I know we've said Nuka's name so much this weekend, but honestly, can you see why?
Oh, absolutely.
Team England training squad Nuka. Just to shout her out, she was a real asset to the development of that World Cup team. Bumblebee taken out by Charismatic, who goes to the front of the pack, and then I believe, nope, looks like a star pass, it's just that Crash has got star in hand. Bumblebee calls the jam, looks like it's a bit of a leg or shoelace situation in the outfield. And you know what they say, if your laces aren't tied, you can't jam.
If your laces aren't tied, you're not doing drag?
Something like that.
Something like that. The chat does agree with you 100% on Nuka.
Oh, I thought you were going to say on the bounty issue, and I was like, really, that's what I want the affirmation on.
We've started a poll in the chat. That's half time, babes.
Let us know in the chat who is standing out to you, because we have the great privilege this weekend as announcers of nominating the MVPs for each team. We're going to do an MVP award, an MVP blocker award, and an MVP jammer award for each team, but that's going to be across the tournament, not per game. So we'd love to hear from you. This is a democracy. Don't just trust us to do it. Gosh, can you imagine? Right, we're in intermission. Do go refresh your beverages, have a little stretch, look at the sky.
But also, stick around.
Yes, we'll have a little bit of studio analysis, we'll have some ads for you, and then we'll be back for gameplay in just under 14 minutes. See you then.
Welcome back to halftime here at Euroclash. I hope you are having a fabulous day. I am joined by Loud and Queer. And if you are joining us, you are going to want to stay in your seat because there is quite a statement game unfolding here. We're looking at the scoreboard right now. Tiger Bay are on 74. We have got Göteborg on 34. That is a surprise because that was not the way the first half was going. If you are a Tiger Bay fan, you can relax and breathe a little bit. A little bit. We've gone from an expectation of an upset to some extent. Göteborg were really looking to do that, but Tiger Bay came to life in that later part of that second half.
They certainly woke up a little bit more in the pack, I think. There was some beautiful two walls going on defensively at the front. The first quarter, they were really working on stretching the pack out. So you have that kind of very elongated one player, then another player, then another player. But in this second quarter, it seems to have been that they've controlled the top of the pack a bit better. And I don't know exactly what it is. It's not one of those games that I've been on the stream. We've found it quite hard to define the characteristics of this game. But I think when the likes of Plant and Rogue have got out, that's put a lot of pressure on the Göteborg Jammers. And I think to a certain extent, Tiger Bay Jammers have been able to work a little bit better without their offense. Yeah. Equally, though, I will say when Tiger Bay's offense does come in, mostly in the form of Nuka, who we have mentioned a lot, it is so effective. And I think that Göteborg, they come in with great offense, but Tiger Bay fills those gaps really ably.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly what it is that's defining it, but that first 10 minutes was very tentative.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like either team had figured things out. Yeah. And it's also been quite penalty heavy from a blocker side. There's been multiple jams where the teams have started with one, if not two, blockers down. So I think that's going to be interesting going into the second half. Yeah. If we catch Tiger Bay, for example, in a penalty spiral, that could spell real trouble for them.
Absolutely. Well, as it stands at the moment, the maths is looking pretty good for them, okay?
For Göteborg or for Tiger Bay?
For Tiger Bay.
Okay.
So let's talk about this WFDA ranking. Some of you may be following the live beta rankings out there and what this all means. So we know Tiger Bay came in at number 8, right? But they have got Barcelona and Helsinki breathing down their necks. And we know that Tiger Bay are in this all eggs in one basket situation, only done 8 games so far. It's a much lower situation. The magic number for them in this game was 1.38. All right,
explain what that means for the people who aren't mathematical.
It means for our guys out there, they need to outscore Gothenburg. All right, they're currently doing that to a ratio of 2.6.
Okay,
so
pretty comfy.
So those of you who don't like maths will know that 2.6 is way bigger than our 1.38, and things are good. This will actually not only protect their number 8 spot, but right now they're on pace to earn over 330 game points. From this. So we have gone from the opposite situation where they were worried about their number 8 spot to potentially having a little look to see who's above them. We're not looking down the table so much anymore.
Okay, well, what does that mean for Göteborg? Because, of course, Göteborg, I asked the question you want to answer.
I do.
Because Göteborg came into this as the number 13th rank. And Lom, who have had a storming tournament, they've come in at number 12. Now, they've got Newcastle last. What happens if Göteborg keeps this differential?
Right, so this is a really dangerous situation for Göteborg. They are currently, as you said, ranked number 13, and they know if they could keep the score close here, they can do some damage mathematically, right? And
is there any other kind of damage than mathematical damage?
That's all we've got here at Roller Derby, all right? But this current point spread, that dream is fading really, really fast. If they keep giving up these multi-pass jams, right, the ratio is going to be destroyed. This second half for Göteborg is about trying not to destroy that season average. Now, what they need to do is shift from upset mode into damage control real quickly. All right, you need to starve a tiger, right? The tiger's eating well right now. We need a hungry tiger. That's what we need to do here.
We want the tiger to live.
They just need those star passes. We know it's a great, great tactic. Stop the bleeding.
We talked about this on the stream. We were really struck by the fact that there have been so few star passes in this game. And I have a theory that it's because they know that Tiger Bay's waterfalling at the front of the pack is so strong that if you manage to get that pass off, you're not going to have a clear lane. And ultimately, you want your jammers to be jamming. Yeah. Now, of course, the advantage that Göteborg had as a kind of fusion team is that they've got the likes of Malice Babs in there, who is an incredibly experienced jammer. She's wearing the pivot a lot. Payne Gretzky, absolute force when they're given the start.
It's absolutely, I mean, there is a lot of experience out there, and Göteborg have got to find a solution to it. Is it the star pass? Is it better positioning from the pivots? They have got to find an answer. Hopefully that's what they're doing right now in this half-time.
Choked on my own excitement.
Ultimately, let's let you go and get ready for this second half. But Tiger Bay, the mission is really simple. Keep it clean, stay out of that penalty box, and just keep doing what you're doing. Don't let fatigue let you get sloppy in this second half.
If they can stop the blocker penalties, I think it will change everything.
Yeah. And if Göteborg can find a way to stop the bleeding, this could get really interesting. You have got 5 minutes to the game. We're going to let you go. Get ready for it. We'll see you soon. Thanks.
And welcome back to the second half of Game 3 on day 2 of Euroclash 2026. We have just been catching our breath over the half-time after a really great first half. Tiger Bay Brawlers standing at 74 points, Göteborg Roller Derby standing at 34. Smash, do you want to talk about some Jammer stats?
So,
excuse me.
Tiger Bay, our biggest scorer from Tiger Bay in this first half, Plant picking up 26 points.
So roughly a third of their score, right?
Yeah. Crashlanders picking up 20.
Angie picking up 16.
All in one jam.
So Angie was a real momentum shifter, but she's not been consistent in terms of the scoring. So Plant and Crash doing a really, really great job at holding the line there. Of course, Tiger Bay don't have Geordie with them today, who's a really fantastic jammer. And then Rogues picks up 12 points.
12,
yeah. And then what about in Göteborg?
On the other side, Göteborg, Princeton, their highest scorer with 11 picked up. Bumblebee picking up 7. Sorry, just working my way around the roster. Fred Finter picking up 8, and Sister Lister picking up 2.
But Sister Lister has only been on, I think, for one jam.
Yeah. So, but we have seen throughout the weekend Sister Lister doing well when they do go on track. Very much a relief jammer compared to their kind of main rotation.
I'm a relief jammer in that when I don't jam, people are relieved. You're all welcome. Enjoying some opinions in the chat, some big Evans and Nuka fans in the chat, as are we all. My repeated thing this weekend has been whenever Evans takes the star, I just shout at the opposing team, don't let Chantal jam, don't do it. She will score points, and then lo and behold, she scores points. And I did tell you to call the jam, but nope, don't nap on your pivots.
Can't be very comfy.
No. So we have Roadrunner and Bumblebee lining up. It sounds like they're kind of like a cartoon face-off, doesn't it? Like Roadrunner and Bumblebee. Like that could be a great
sitcom vibe.
No, I want like a 90s cartoon situation called The Adventures of Roadrunner and Bumblebee.
Like Ren and Stimpy.
Yes,
yeah.
Pinky in the Brain, very those vibes. I reckon and it could be a roller derby cartoon, and it could be they're on opposing teams, but they're also best friends.
Best friends.
Best friends.
The power of friendship and also roller derby.
We promise we'll stop after this.
No, we won't.
We'll stop. We've only got half an hour more of us on the mic, so you'll put up with it. A gap opens up for Bumblebee down the middle of the pack, but Charismatic and Pip Gray are in full attendance now, joined by Kemp. There's a tripod at the front. Kid bridging the pack.
Bumblebee just really fast on their feet, trying to get some lateral movement to open up that seam.
Lovely hold on Roadrunner at the back of the pack by Göteborg. Oh, and really lovely patience there from Bumblebee, who hops, skips, and buzzes around the outside line. Picks up lead status. Rogue stashing the scar, now escapes. Oh!
Was it good?
We've had an apex jump. Is that our first apex jump of the game? My gooses are bumped.
God, the first one
My gobs are smacked.
Necessitated such guttural reaction from us.
What, just vowels? You know when we just go into vowels and we forget all our consonants, you know it's good roller derby.
All right, Carol. I'll have all of the vowels. I won't have any consonants.
For those of you who weren't raised in Britain with daytime television, you won't understand what just happened, but for those of you who did, you're welcome. 74 plays 38. Plant and Priston are wearing the stars. Plant at the back of attack. Priston against this Tiger Bay formation, a little bit split apart. Evans, last line of defence at the front. Priston with second consecutive lead there for Göteborg this half.
Forearms penalty being awarded to one of the Göteborg blockers.
That's to Payne Gretzky.
Advantage.
Priston on a great scoring run here. And
Did I just see a hat yeeted?
Oh, I do hope so. I love a yeeted hat. Well, no, Plant still has the star in hand. Balletically spins around Firmin.
Oh, what a time to call a jam. Those are 2 Tiger Bay blockers.
But this
sat
is
in
what
the
we talked. Well, this
box.
is what we talked about, and I talked about it a little bit in the studio over half time. Is that Tiger Bay to really nail this win? You know, they've got a little bit of breathing space. They're in a fairly comfortable spot with how the game is going. You know, we're not having these massive blowout jams from Göteborg.
Yep.
But they've got to stop starting with 2 blockers in the box. It's happened 5 or 6 times. They can't have foul outs. Once again, the 2-wall, the formidable 2-wall of Kidd and Pip Gray is at the front, but Fred Finter is there and staying in the middle really, really well. Not risking those edges, you see. And this is what I've been really impressed with from Fred Finter this weekend, is that they don't need to run the lines, and it pays off. Fred Finter now, 3rd consecutive lead in this half for Göteborg roller derby. Angie recycled, takes the star off, and a lovely Swedish 2-wall at the back there. Oh,
Star pass.
oh, and it's to Evans. Don't let Evans jam. Don't let Evans jam. She'll score points. Very wise to call the jam. If you ever watch Evans take the star pass, you know that she puts points up.
So 100% lead by Göteborg so far in the second half. That's a nice bit of momentum.
We've got some very outraged people in the chat going, what was that cover flick?
I told you there was a
Look,
yeet.
Phoenix, I don't know, mate. I think you had better eyes on it than we do. And thanks, Morgs, for reminding us that Tiger Bay Brawlers are indeed newly sponsored by Killer 187 and Triple Eight. They've had some lovely flashy photos taken in all their new kits. We love to see a team like Tiger Bay getting the sponsorship they deserve.
And back in the action, it is Princeton and Crashlanders jamming. Princeton being recycled all the way back to the jam line. Give that pack another go. And another one. We love some eco-friendly jammers.
I'm going to say it. I'm really obsessed with Crashlanders. I think she's had such a good tournament.
Yep.
She's so tenacious. She's so consistent. Look at the power in her legs as she's moving this 3-wall just with her legs. Blimey, there she very much goes. Whistle down the wind. She is lead jammer for Tiger Bay Brawlers. Princeton uncharacteristically stuck in the pack.
But stretching that pack out.
Oh, and we've got Pip Gray picking up a penalty for their troubles. But Crashlanders in the pack, in scoring position, has at least one in the pocket as we come into turn 2. And now has all 4. Do you know what I'd really love? And here I go on my famous tangent about how I would change roller derby. Because we keep using, it's a very announcer thing to talk about points in the pocket, right? What if, right, hear me out. What if you, every time you hit a blocker, on the first time you hit a blocker on a scoring pass, it's like a video game where they like drop an item and you have to scoop it up.
Mario Kart Derby.
Yes, and then you literally put the point in the pocket. Oh, I just think that would be magnificent. My other great idea, which amazingly WFTDA haven't run with yet, is glow-in-the-dark roller derby, and I'm waiting for an email any day.
I like the health and safety side of
no,
my brain.
Right,
is
let's listen. None of us play this game because we give a flying monkeys about health and safety smash. Like, we do it precisely because we don't want to preserve ourselves. We wish to embrace
chaos.
We wish to embrace chaos.
And the end times.
Yeah. No, my idea for glow-in-the-dark roller derby is like the track lines are glow-in-the-dark, the refs, like the uniforms are glow-in-the-dark, the skate, everything that can be worn is glow-in-the-dark.
Chat, please pipe up and
tell us what a great idea
what
this is.
You think about
Look, guys, I'm going on the
derby.
next season of The Apprentice with it, and you can't stop me.
Oh, there's been so much talk about what should be on The Apprentice. Magnetic helmet covers we've had today.
Magnetic helmet covers?
Yeah, suggestions have been made.
So you'd have to have like some kind of metallic paint on the actual helmet, because you couldn't make the helmet.
Ooh.
Well, you couldn't make the helmet metal because that'd be way too heavy, wouldn't it?
We've got Bumblebee, your lead jammer.
Thank you so much for talking about the game.
Have got a foot race. It is Roadrunner.
Yeah, you don't, yeah, and Bumblebee is a very smart. I love that Rogue is like, do you know what? I'm going to jump the apex even though the whistle has thoroughly been blown because I can, because I'm Rogue.
I don't have to, but I can because it's me.
Look, I think Rogue jumps the apex more often than she keeps all 8 wheels on the ground. So I fully respect. Oh, have we got a replay? Oh, we love a replay. Here we bloody go. There we go. Lovely. Jolly
the
nice.
flourish, the arms. Morgs is down for some glow-in-the-dark roller derby.
Thanks, Morgs.
Phoenix,
and
on
you're
the
a
other hand.
businesswoman. You, Phoenix, stop dampening my nonsense.
Oh, we got another.
That was a quick lead
It
for Fred
was
Finter. Super
snip,
fast.
Snap, snappy.
And we've got a helmet cover on the floor being picked back up by Plant now. Nuka last line of defence at the top of that pack, joined very ably there by Wild. And Fred Finter emerging somehow from the chaos to pick up 4 points. Oh, we've got a star pass to Evans. Don't let Chantel jam. She's going to score the points if you let her hit the pack. She's going to do it. Don't do it. A-ba-da-ba.
I might
Do
be
you,
being...
right, sorry, Smash. Sorry to interrupt what I'm sure was going to be a really scintillating bit of commentary there, but look at the score for just a hot second.
Oh, it's snapped back.
What has happened there?
Like an
I
elastic
swear,
band.
like 5 minutes ago, nay 7, we were at like a 40-point spread.
Yep.
We're not anymore.
We're not
we've
anymore.
We've halved that differential. When I say we've done absolutely.
We've done so much.
We've done precisely nothing. In fact, I would argue that we've had a negative impact.
I appreciate we had
Just
a
on
bit
the
of a
vibes.
timeout. I appreciate we had a bit of a timeout earlier. I might be being mental, but Pip Gray seems to have been in the penalty box for a very long time. I know
Listen.
they were sitting 2, but
Look,
surely
Pip
we've
Gray,
not only had a minute of
Pip
game.
Gray is the very definition of worth it penalties for me. Like
I feel like I'm
every
not allowed
time they
to
do
say
it,
worth it
every
penalties.
well, look, I'm kind of like nobody can stop me. Look,
You are
I
my
know
boss.
we're meant to like not do penalties, guys, but let's be honest. Sometimes we do a penalty and we go, do you know what? That was worth it. And every time Pip Gray does something, I'm just like, yeah, that's worth it.
So in the 7 minutes...
I am not condoning illegal gameplay.
In the 7 minutes since half-time, Göteborg have picked up 21 to Tiger Bay's 4.
That's a big ratio. That's 5 to 1 points.
Bonkers. Oh, we've got merch. We've
Oh my
got merch being
Listen,
made
when
in the chat.
When people promise to make stuff out of merch that I've said, I can't tell you how much that boosts my ego. Probably don't do it.
Oh,
I won't be able
don't
to-
do
I
it.
won't be able to fit my head through the door.
We've got Princeton with the star.
I'll take
for
one in
Göteborg.
every colour.
And Angie jamming for Tiger Bay. We've seen some big numbers from Angie when they've been jamming.
Angie is a cracking jammer, and what I really admire about Angie is that she's really patient, and she doesn't take risks unless she absolutely has to. At the moment, she's working away on this really brutal Göteborg tripod. Princeton at the front, takes charismatic to her knees, now takes on Kid. 1 to beat, and when it's Kid, it's bad times. Look at I know we talked about the long limbs of Lom this weekend, but what about the long limbs of Kid?
Long limbs of Kid.
Insure those legs for $10,000 right now.
So we've got lead for Princeton after stretching out that wall to the last possible inch.
And it's a star pass to Charismatic. Charismatic's first star pass of this game, but she's taken a fair few this weekend. Princeton's going to run it, okay.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
all right. You want to run it on Caris? All right. All right.
I mean, Kid is in the box as well.
Yeah.
Not for much longer, though.
So Princeton now working on a 3-wall. Angie dropping into brace now. Angie, absolute triple threat instantly. So,
Yeah.
like, no worries if she's past the start. She's a cracking blocker. Caris with really great tenacity here is working away. But unfortunately, no time to put up the full 4. Does put up 3, though. Nice work from the Tiger Bay pivot. 7 added to Göteborg Roller Derby's total. 81 plays 67. Smash! Smash! It feels
Crikey.
like we have very much entered the upside down.
The upside down, the end times. Oh, is it quite a symmetrical
Imagine, right,
symmetrical layout
listen,
there?
when you talk about the end times, like what a better way to end times than in the Walker Dome, the spiritual home of roller derby in the UK.
Drink the water, that'll be the end
Bumblebee,
times.
absolutely outrageous pathfinding there on the outside is lead for Göteborg. Shanks, can we have a little bit of a tally of the leads this half, and if possible, the power jams as well? Because Evans has just taken another star pass. Are you telling me that Tiger Bay's only had 1 lead this half?
Yep.
That is monstrous. Great stats.
top stats.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh, I love this game. The speed of that coming in, blimey.
Oh, it's right in front of us as well.
You'll just, you'll have to watch that with your own eyes again if they can't replay it. Now we're snarled up in the pack again. Evans with the start on head as pivots turned jammer. Göteborg really settling down into these 3 walls this half. Feels like they've remembered who they are a little bit. They remembered that they are Swedish roller derby players, and Swedish roller derby players do not mess around. Oh no. Oh. Speaking of messing around, wait, did Bumblebee? Yeah, Bumblebee's got a forearms penalty. What does that make it, Smash? What does it make it?
It makes it a power jam.
It makes it a power jam, and it makes it a 2-minute jam.
It makes it a 2-minute jam.
And we're at 10 points, and Evans is jamming, and you can't nap on Evans.
No,
Look,
it's very
do
uncomfortable.
you see what she does? It looks like she just asks them to move out of the way very nicely, and they do so. To be fair, she's got a very soothing voice, so if she asked me to do something, I would probably do it.
Don't take much convincing.
No, I'm really, really quite easy to manipulate.
We have seen some very, very good penalty kills from Göteborg throughout the weekend.
Yeah, but that was not one of them.
That wasn't, but there's points for both teams going up there.
12-10 on the jam for Tiger Bay. They are inching ever closer to that elusive century. Is that Göteborg's biggest jam? 10 points.
Yeah.
Outrageous.
But we're seeing again kind of Tiger Bay having a couple of big jams to kind of stretch themselves out again.
But and now they're, they seem like the score's stretched out a bit, but it's still really close. I'm getting very anxious.
Fred Finter back on track.
And Rogue Runner, our favourite alliterative jammer pairing. Scrummy little pack coming into turn 1. We're very mixed up. No clear. Oh, Rogue tries it, almost lands it, has to reset, doesn't quite have the space. Fred Finter with 3 to work on. Rogue round the outside. There's the outside line that she knows and loves. Rogue Runner, your lead for Tiger Bay Brawlers. Kafka in the box for Göteborg, so that leaves Tiger Bay with the pack advantage. And Fred Finter now giving chase, but Rogue not running that gauntlet, calls the jam. Oh, blimey.
Oh,
nice little high five there between Rogue and Stopless of Göteborg. Oh, me goosebumps. The bumps a goose smash.
Delicious.
Plant coming to the line now. I think now we're almost in the last quarter, and if Tiger Bay are good at one thing that I've seen over the years, it is a momentum shift when it's needed. And this is where they go, right lads, gas in the tank, let's party. I'm gonna look, I'm not a fortune teller, I don't believe in crystal balls, but I'm gonna predict that there's gonna be like that pendulum jam in this. Yeah, it feels like if there is a pendulum metaphorically representing this game, that it's been ticking back and forth quite steadily.
Absolutely.
I reckon we're going to have a big old swing. Like think Miley Cyrus on that wrecking ball. Yeah, very much that vibe. But I'm not a witch. I'd thoroughly be burned at the stake if I were. Let's have a look in the chat, see what's going on. Got some people with lots of tigers. Lots of tigers shouting out Tiger Bay. Someone saying Göteborg is indeed having a great half, too great for my liking as a LOM skater watching from home. Oh, bless you. Yes, no, that is not a fun place to be in, because if Göteborg can mathematically upset this matchup, then LOM, it puts the pressure on LOM to dismantle Newcastle in the last game of the day. And if there's one thing we've learned from this tournament, Smash, you can't predict what Newcastle are going to do.
No.
They have defied so many odds this weekend, and they have consistently for years, right? Plant on the line against Prisson, nice familiar matchup. We've got a Kafka re-entering gameplay from the box, and Princeton springs free for lead jammer. Big hit on Plant, takes her to the inside, escorted back into the straightaway by the pivot line.
Offense there, giving Princeton a few more feet and able to make it out for those first 4 points of the jam. Plant now star in hand.
I don't think Plant will want to give the star up. I think Plant is throwing a little bit of a fakery.
Mind games.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah,
Because,
absolutely.
like, Plant has got some of the best stamina of any jammer in this kind of level of derby, I would say. Like, the woman goes and runs like a 10K before they play a game. Like,
Ooh.
and look, she's moving that 3 wall, which looks absolutely monstrous. Evans coming in, going, I'm here for you if you need, mate. But she's not got the pivot hat this time. It's Wild who's wearing the stripe, I think. There she goes, round the outside.
This
Completes the
is
initial.
getting very, very close. There it is, the call off there.
So we have a quarter of the game clock to go. We have 11 points separating these two teams. Can we talk about how low scoring these games have been this weekend, with a couple of exceptions? Bear City versus Tiger Bay, the first game of yesterday, that was the most convincing victory that we saw with Tiger Bay taking the win. Like, these scores look like they're halftime scores. It's bonkers. I love it.
So much,
love this
so
sport.
much at stake. It's
Whoa, 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 whoa!
new
Nuka,
jammer entered the chat.
Jamming, Nuka jamming. Oh, I'm gonna expire. I love her so much. Oh, Miles.
This jam giving you everything you want.
Well, I mean, you couldn't have two more different stylistic jammers, right?
Oh.
Like, Bumblebee likes to be in the air. Nuka is happiest on the ground because, damn, she is good at it. Look at her grinding away at this Göteborg wall. Kid coming in to throw the offense.
The run up there from Bumblebee.
Bumblebee tries to
winding
jump that
up.
apex again, but no joy. Second time round, we're being reset back in the near straightaway. Göteborg coming back to swallow Tiger Bay. Oh,
Nuka and Bumblebee going at it a little bit. But now both of them into their opposing walls. Oh, I'm blown away, blown away.
wow, I'm curious. I'm curious, George. I'm just a monkey with questions, right? Like, what? I'm obsessed with Nuka, like categorically obsessed. Get me a shirt with her face on it. Why are they putting Nuka out to jam when she's so important in the wall?
The work she's done in the wall has been
And like,
incredible.
Tiger Bay have got Rogue, they've got Crash, they've got Hawk if they need a relief jammer. Look, Tiger Bay's bench are super experienced. I'm not questioning their decisions. They know more about it than me. But that feels like an odd choice with an 11-point spread.
That replay, beautiful. That's a 5-point game.
And now it's a 5-point spread. So if that was a calculated risk, it did not pay off for Tiger Bay. Someone on the chat is saying Bumblebee is the perfect child of Finter and Fraulein. And I thought that you meant for a second that they were literally their child. And I was like, that is unacceptable.
We have got two of three triplets here.
Yes, but I don't think, someone in the chat will correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think we've got a parent and child scenario. Oh, what we do have is a bad time for Göteborg because Fred Finter has picked up a track cut and is headed very much to the box. Oh,
We've
and
got
look.
a star pass. It is a 2-minute jam.
Oh, and that was a preemptive taking the shirt off. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
We're a
It's the
family-friendly
after
sport. And that star has been passed now to Angel.
Oh, 2
Angel,
minutes
incidentally,
as a
right?
pivot jammer.
Let me shout Angel out because I feel bad because I don't think I've talked about Angel. She has been so consistent in the wall for Tiger Bay, and I think when you're amongst the greats, it might be really hard. But like, she's done a phenomenal phenomenal job this
Absolutely.
weekend. And to take a star pass against this team is brave indeed. I salute you. Thank you for your service, Angel.
And Fred Finter now back on track again. An incredible penalty kill from Göteborg.
Yeah, it's a
And
beautiful whirlpool offense there from Payne
Fred
Goretzky.
Finter stretching that Tiger Bay wall up again.
Are we going to
First
see?
points.
Are we going to see a lead change smash? I'm not sure my nerves.
We
can
are
handle
close to it. Yes, chat. We are stressed.
It. Yeah, welcome. We don't announce because it's good for our health. We
Get
do.
that on a
We do
t-shirt.
it because it's cheaper to get your heart rate up announcing than
There
it
you
is to
go.
go to the gym and do burpees.
That will be a lead change. Crikey.
I'm not sure it will. I think that was the first pass. We've forgotten the rules in our
Oh, we've
excitement.
forgotten the rules.
But
North smash.
if they can complete this pass, it will be a lead change. And I think they've got at least 1 point in the pocket already.
Oh.
Holy smokes, and indeed moly.
Oh, crikey. And that's the century.
Right. Let's remind our dear listeners of the stakes here. Okay. If Göteborg upset this game and take the win, Lom have to come in and annihilate Newcastle to maintain that number 12 spot.
I can't handle it.
No, well, you can't handle it. Imagine how Lom are feeling. Tell us in the chat, French roller derby, how are you feeling right now? Because this stuff is going to have an impact on the next game because all of these mathematical moving parts are things beyond my tiny human brain ability to comprehend.
I don't know how...
When was the last time we were relaxed announcing a game smash?
When was the last time
We were relaxed.
relaxed? You've met me.
We
Just
I
general
see.
screaming
Oh,
in
someone
the
has
chat.
clarified about our previous comment about about a Derby child. So they're saying Bumblebee is the perfect child of Finter and Fry. Oh, they're a Derby child. Okay, so
Or like a drag daughter.
yes, I'm sure that's exactly what they mean. We've got some people just losing their minds in the chat. Relatable.
Hard relate.
And a shout out from Morg saying Angel has just recovered from 2 massive injuries and bossed it at the World Cup. She did indeed. Wales did not come to mess around at the World Cup. And if you've not watched the Wales games from the World Cup, as soon as this is over, as soon as today is over.
Put Wales Fuego Latino
Oh
on after this.
my! Only if you want your heart rate to go through the freaking roof. Anyway,
Just like it is here.
speaking of heart rates, Princeton and Plant are going to make my future cardiologist very, very displeased with what they are currently doing with their bodies and minds. Princeton at the front of the pack. Beautiful angled tripod there from Tiger Bay.
And it is
Ooh.
Princeton lead jammer for Göteborg. Plant star in hand, taking a hit to lane 4, shoving that star cover through those gaps in the walls.
But pivot marking pivot very well there. And now Pip Gray is the pivot having to drop back and brace that 3 wall. It is charismatic at the front, giving Plant the offensive assist, but no purchase made. Princeton finds the outside lane, looks relaxed. How dare they?
If we can't be, you can't be.
Oh, and now we've had the star pass off to Pip Gray. Princeton coming in for a second scoring pass, but not risking it. Now, this is the thing. This is what Göteborg have got to do. They cannot, if they have lead, they cannot let Tiger Bay get on the board.
This is what I think we're now potentially going to see a shift back to the style of gameplay that Göteborg put up last night when playing against
What
Lom.
the style of game that made me want to tear clumps of my hair out?
Oh, same, babes.
Right, new business idea in the chat. What if there was a place where we could input the names of all the skaters for a particular tournament and people could contribute money to buy them a drink based on how much they liked them? And and you could do it for your announcers, because Lord knows I need a beverage. Oh, hi, Rogue Runner.
hi.
Where did you come from?
Spinning around the track,
Spin around, move out of her way.
While Bumblebee taking a sit down for a forearms penalty. This
What was I
could
saying
be
about the
big.
momentum? What was I saying about the pendulum? Because if anyone can do it, Rogue Runner can do it. Like, Rogue knows how to get a job done when the job needs doing, and there she very much
Oh.
goes.
Bringing it to a tie game.
Cow.
We've got Bumblebee standing in the penalty box.
Göteborg need to hold their nerve now. They know they can hold Rogue, but to be fair, when Rogue's on a run, it's really hard to keep those feet in check because, blimey, they move like lightning. Bumblebee back on track now, working away on Nuka at the back. What a place to be.
And I feel like it's been Bumblebee that's been having really good time this half in terms of those really fast
Bumblebee's
big
just
jams.
really good at keeping their body in the centre of the track. And I know that sounds really trite and really vague, but it's worked super well. Holds Rogue to a 12-point jam, which is still bonkers, but Tiger Bay needed a bigger jam than that, if we're being honest. How are you feeling, chat? How are you doing? How's your mental health? How's your physical health?
So
how's your
I've got
well-being?
someone in the chat saying I don't normally watch either of these teams, so not expecting to be so invested. But
Like,
that
this
just
is
shows
right.
the
Roller
level.
derby is a cult. Roller derby will invest you whether you've watched it or not.
Euro derby at its finest here in the Dome.
Plant tries the inside line, finds it shut down. Fred Finter goes, thanks very much. I will take that. Picks up lead for Göteborg. Oh, blimey. Curses. Words, nouns, feelings, thoughts. I've gone beyond. I mean,
Gone
and some people
post-verbal.
will say that I was beyond this a while ago, but I've gone beyond insightful analysis because this is bonkers. A player apiece heading to the penalty box. That's Pip Gray and Stopless, 3-on-3 in the pack. And a Star Stash sees Plant through. Fred Finter on the floor. Another blocker being lost to the penalty box in Tiger Bay. Fred Finter calling the jam.
I really
can't
enjoyed that.
breathe.
Like Fred Finter, yes, being hit down, but having eyes on the opposing jammer, knowing what's going on in the penalty box and timing that
And
call off really nicely.
this is where the experience of Tiger Bay comes in because they've sent Rogue out, and this is you'll remember that Rogue was out here only a minute ago. In this last 6 minutes, they need another Rogue jam. She's got to do it, and she can.
Not if Princeton's gonna have anything to say about it.
Well, we've got Evans up at the front, one to be. Oh, beautiful patient work there from Princeton. Princeton's had a cracking tournament, right? Like, unbelievable vibes. Rogue is out, puts the burners on. So fast, makes up a lot of ground. Princeton has at least 1 point and calls it before Rogue hits the pack. Oh, no, not before Rogue hits the pack. I lied to you, dear listeners.
1-1-1.
Phoenix is saying I've got a cat to ease the stress. Well, annoyingly, we're allowed dogs in the Dome. I've never seen cats in the Dome. Can you imagine if we were allowed to bring cats to the Dome? Somebody in the chat, oh, Morgs, are you dead? Oh, my love, don't be dead. You've got books to publish. Yes, Phoenix, just 12 points for Rogue. Look, I've seen the woman put up like a 34-point jam. I'm going to hold it to high standards. Oh, is there an official review, Sven? Oh, good. We needed more stress in our life. Superb. Do you know what? We have been remiss, Smash. We've been so remiss. Do you know why we've been remiss? We've been so invested in this game that we've forgotten to talk about the amazing people who have made it possible. And those amazing people are Clementine Services, the sponsor for Euroclash 2026. Clementine Services, we salute you. Clementine Services offer fast, reliable repairs by qualified tradespeople at affordable prices, covering the north of England. And Euroclash is powered by Clementine, your local, reliable home services team. We believe in showing up, doing it right, and standing by our work. And we're excited to announce that Clementine will soon be launching home cover plans, giving you dependable protection all year round. Make sure you grab your exclusive discount code today. If we knew what that code was, we would tell you. But I know that Newcastle Roller Derby's Instagram account and social media have tagged Clementine Services in their kind of stories from today. So do go and click on them, give them a follow. We love the fact that a local business is supporting local roller derby. I also love, they say we believe in showing up, doing it right, and standing by our work. Like, is that not the spirit of roller derby?
That is pretty much the spirit of
home
roller
repairs
derby.
and roller derby are basically kindred spirits. Sven, what's occurring? Tiger Bay are looking for a forearm on the Göteborg jammer from the last jam. We are just going to find out if that is going to be awarded. That could be huge. No?
It doesn't look like it. Everyone's still up on track.
Everyone is still on track.
People have dispersed.
Yeah, no, that official review has been denied. So that would have been, that's a great time for an official review. It's a good shout from Tiger Bay.
Yeah.
But sadly, we've got both jammers, sadly for Tiger Bay, Angie and Bumblebee. Been a while since we've seen Angie out, I think. Bumblebee with 2 to be at the front. And that is lead for Bumblebee.
Despite starting with a pack disadvantage as well. So a full complement of Tiger Bay blockers to work through, but still Bumblebee picking up that lead jammer status.
Yeah, Angie tries the inside line, just puts a toe out courtesy of Stopless. Lovely offense coming in from Charismatic. And a star pass to Charismatic.
We are seeing a big shift in terms of the number of now that it's
Charis is a
Tiger
great
Bay.
pivot, and that's, look, they shut down that jam. Great work from Tiger Bay there. Blimey. Smash, we've got under 5 minutes to go. We've got a 6-point game with Göteborg in front. Have the French manifested in the chat? Because, like I say, this has an impact on Lom.
On Lom and potentially on the ranking.
Wait, is Stevel in the chat? Oh my God, hi Stevel! I thought you'd retired. Lol. If you know, you know. We miss you. Rogue Runner and Fred Finter. Once again, my alliterative jammer matchup. Full 5-on-5 on track. Oh, there goes Rogue, there goes Rogue, there goes Rogue. There she very much goes. There she jolly well goes. She's
Fred
lead
Finter's
jammer.
star coming immediately off. Jumpy, jump.
Jumpy, jump indeed, but not landy, lands. Unfortunately, no feet stay upright on the floor there, so Rogue has to reset in the apex. We are serious adults, and this is a serious sport.
You're a dirty liar.
Thanks. So, lovely 3-wall. Look at this angle on the 3-wall from Tiger Bay there, from Enemy, Wild, and Nuka. Really gorgeous work. Enemy being taken herself off to the box. She's done something bad. She could never. Fred Finter now clearing the initial. Rogue stuck a little bit in the pack. What a hit out. Who was that from? That was so good.
I mean, I didn't see it, but Payne Gretzky has been doing the absolute
No, it wasn't
most.
Payne Gretzky. I have a feeling it was Kafka, but I'm probably lying.
Correct us in the chat, please.
I'm wont to do. It wasn't Kafka, because Kafka's just come back on track, but it was a really beautifully timed hit. We've got lots of support in the chat for Rogue, for Tiger. Yeah, the roller coaster emotions is real. Honestly, try being in the dome for this roller coaster. We are not strapped in. We are very much riding free. Thought Park could never. This is this is your first time in the Dome Smash.
This is
it?
my
This is
maiden voyage.
This is
Vaden
voyage.
I can't. I've gone post-verbal. Maiden voyage to the Dome,
So-
and I've had a wonderful time.
And see, this is probably my 6th or 7th time. This is
All
the
right,
spiritual.
old
No,
hat.
I'm not. No, I'm not. What are you calling old, young
I
man?
said old hat.
This is the spiritual home of Royal Derby in the UK, and I've never once had a tournament here which hasn't changed me on a molecular level. And this is the creme de la creme of Euro Derby. 5 different countries represented in these teams, which is a wonderful spread to have. And this is, I think, Riggs and I were talking about this yesterday, right? We've got to show up more for this sport as a community and talk about it and follow it in a serious way and look at all this mathematical stuff and look at the rankings and look at the interactions and look at who's playing who, because we've seen the rise of amazing women's sports like women's football over the last few years in the UK. We are an army of sports lovers, right? This sport deserves to be as big as women's football, as big as women's anything, right? We are inclusive of more genders than just women, but as a predominantly women sport, women-owned, women-run, this is life-changing sport, and we need to be talking more about it. And in order to talk more about it, we need to analyze it more. And that is the vibes from the announcers this weekend. Whoa!
Oh, you want a jam? How about no?
Yeah, that was just like denying of our emotions. That was like, I'm not going to say it. I'll cancel it. I'll cancel myself if I say that on stream.
I've never been at a tournament where everyone in the venue has been so excited about what is going on, what this means. And it's been an incredible maiden voyage to the dome.
Could you please not get a heart attack if you drive? Because I'm having dinner with your wife later and she'll be really in a bad mood if you've gone into cardiac arrest. It was Arten with the last hit on Rogue that we had a couple of jams ago. Thank you very much for the clarification. Speaking of which, she is back on. Prinsen is lead. What is happening? We just managed to look at the time.
We've got skaters going to the penalty box. So that's Malice Babs sitting in the penalty box. Prinsen lead. Jammer for Göteborg. Rogue Runner.
Rogue Runner not out on the initial.
Out for initial.
Wild. Is that Wild at the back? Can't see from here. Yeah, I think that's Wild at the back trying to throw in the offense. Prinsen now putting up 4. Now, if I were Göteborg, right, do you run this jam? Do you trust your blockers to hold Rogue? And do you run it? No, you don't. Don't listen to me. Why would you listen to me? I'm just thinking we've got 1 minute left on the clock, and I'm just like, do you run it down and control the lead?
I think once Rogue's out, once Rogue's out, once you give them that space.
Yeah, to be fair, that is danger.
That's danger, Will Robinson. We are lost.
We've been lost for a long time, my darling. We were never found, really. If you think this is exciting, you've got to stick around for the last game of the day, which is going to be Lom versus Newcastle.
I'm so glad I actually get to stick around for this one now.
Yeah, you've booked your hotel room like an adult. Good boy. Listen, I've said it before, I'll say it again. This game is going to mean that Lom need to absolutely dismantle Newcastle if they want to hold on to that number 12 spot. Newcastle, you cannot underestimate them. They are on fire this weekend. You need to watch this last game. I don't care if you've got dinner plans. I don't care if your kids need picking up from a play date. I don't care if you need to meal prep, okay? You need to prioritize yourselves and watch this last game. I'm not brooking any compromise here, guys. Like, there is some, this is church. This is the Lord's Day for roller derby, and you will witness. You will witness the work.
100% run the jam. Trust the team to not
give up a
Steve-ul, in the last minute.
I love it when Steve-ul agrees with me, because then I think I actually am right, because I trust Steve-ul's opinion.
So
if Steve-ul were here, he'd probably be calling an official review right now. Even if he weren't the bench, he'd probably just walking into the middle going, actually, I have an opinion. And we love you for it.
That is Bumblebee leads Jammer for Göteborg.
Oh no! So they've just got to run this for 36 seconds and call it. I would stand there. I would stand there. Don't even enter the pack. Just stand there. Just stand there. Don't risk it. Oh no, Plant's out.
Plant is out.
Can Plant get 11 points in 23 seconds? I don't think she can. Just leave it. Just stand there. Don't do anything risky. Just stand there. Don't jam. Rest yourselves. Yeah, now, yeah, good. Yes. Bumblebee's doing it. Bumblebee's doing the thing. She's not making forward movement. She just knows she's got to hold it.
Just run that clock, which it is. That is the period clock down to 0. Right, chat, can you hear that? Can you hear that?
Chat, let's light it up, because that is arguably the biggest upset of the weekend.
Correct us if we're wrong, but I don't know if that's the case.
Well, no, because technically it is. Because
Tiger Bay highest ranked in the
tournament.
Tournament.
Because although Lom beat Tiger Bay, Lom at 12th, Göteborg at 13th.
Oh my gosh.
That is, technically speaking, in terms of rankings, that is the biggest upset of the weekend. I am paralysed with feelings, and that is something I like normally I cope with my feelings and process them quite well.
I'm stunned. The woman was too stunned to speak.
Can we just remind ourselves of what the halftime score was? Shanks, what was the halftime score?
22 to something, wasn't it?
74 to 34.
Oh.
So let's do the real quick maths there. I'm gonna look. I've not got a calculator. I'm just going to do it. So 128, 34, and 117, 74. So Tiger Bay got 17 plus 26 points, which is 43 points in that half. Göteborg got
94.
66, 86, 94 points.
That's what we got a producer for. Shanks is doing.
Is that
Shanks
correct?
things.
Did I do the maths
Yeah.
correctly? No, I just did it too. Like I didn't realise Shanks, but I just did maths. 94 points. Double Tiger Bay's score that half. They outplayed them 2-1 in that half, give or take.
This is incredible.
I am frightened of the noise that is going to be made in this dome in this last game. Because let's remind our dear listeners, right? Newcastle are not aiming to get to regionals. They are here to increase their rankings and to play some damn good roller derby. But I tell you what, Newcastle like to disrupt. They like to show up and go, hey, why you been napping on us all these years?
Yeah.
We're not here to mess around. They will want to disrupt LOM for the sake of it. And I respect the vibe.
For the chaos.
For the chaos.
For the
They
chaos.
are chaotic bad.
Hard relate.
So, I'm just having a look in the chat. How long till the next game? I need more. Just under an hour, my love. Okay. Actually, less than that, I think. What time are we on local here? We're on 2:40 local time. No, not under an hour. Sorry.
We're due to start
We're due to start
at 3,
at
so
3
in about
o'clock.
20
So
minutes.
about 20 minutes. So you've got time to stretch yourself. We've got time to go have a little lie down.
I'm just going to crash on one of those mats.
What an unbelievable game. We're going to throw to the studio in a minute. Incredible. Thank you for staying with us in the chat. I've been Loud and Queer.
I have and will continue to be your boy, Smashy Boy.
We've been ably joined by Shanks on production. Thank you so much for staying with us. And do stick around for the last game of the day. Newcastle Roller Derby versus LOM Bad Bunnies coming up very shortly. See you then.
Love you, bye.
Well, that was an exciting, exciting game we have just seen. If you're just joining us, run the YouTube stream back right now. Go and watch that game. It was phenomenal. It's been, I think the headline news is that was an upset. Göteborg have taken the win over Tiger Bay. What does that mean for the rankings?
I mean, what an unbelievable finish to that game here at Euroclash. Göteborg have just pulled off what has to be like the undisputed comeback of a tournament. I can't remember the last time I saw something like that. At half-time, Tiger Bay had a commanding 46-point lead.
And at half-time we were going 46. Oh, that's a little bit dangerous for Tiger Bay. That's amazing work from Göteborg.
But to walk away now with 128 points, plays 117.
Yeah.
You know, there's a little bit to be said about a double-headed curse here. You know, sometimes you want to go back-to-back so that you're warm and, you don't cool down too much.
And I think that was the choice Tiger Bay made. Talking to the GTO, she said they were given a choice of which game they wanted. They chose to play back-to-back because they've got a time crunch to get back to Wales.
It's a really hard thing to make, and I think that sums up Tiger Bay's seasons, having to make tough decisions based on the real-life consequences of playing this wonderful sport that we do. But I mean, that was an incredible game. If you didn't watch it, you're a fool, and you should go back and watch it right now because it was just nail-biting. Gothenburg came in ranked at number 13
Yep.
by pulling off this 11-point upset over the number 8 ranked team in the world. They have secured themselves a mathematical payoff of around 193 GPA points.
Yeah.
So LOM are under the cosh right now. This is a huge amount of pressure for their game up against the host Newcastle, who are the lowest ranked team out of everybody here this weekend, but they have absolutely not played like it. Nobody told them. Absolutely nobody told them.
I think every Newcastle game we've seen has been an upset to what we expected would happen. So what I'm hearing is that the pressure is now massively on LOM to pull off that blowout game and to keep their 12th place.
And this is
from
the
Göteborg.
jeopardy you have when you're the higher ranked team playing a lower ranked team, is the maths just can really go against you.
Yeah.
So because of the way the algorithm works, the WFTDA has expectations of LOM this afternoon. The Bad Bunnies have the pressure of having to live up to what the algorithm believes that they can do. That means they have to blow out Newcastle.
Yes.
Right? So if Newcastle do what they've done all weekend, which is kill those penalties, drop those star passes,
Incredibly solid defence, just hanging on to those jammers and making their lives miserable.
if we see Eradicate and Peregrine doing what they've done this weekend with great effect, then LOM are going to find themselves in a really difficult situation, and we are all going to be refreshing those live rankings all afternoon. So
Absolutely.
you really shouldn't be going anywhere other than to get some refreshments, and you're going to need some snacks. Maybe popcorn feels appropriate.
Maybe some popcorn and one of those massive Stanley tumblers of water, and you can just glue yourself to the stream.
Yeah, and as you've all pointed out, it doesn't matter whether you support these teams or not, we are all emotionally invested in the finale of Euroclash 2026. So, go away, get your snacks, and join us for LOM Roller Derby versus Newcastle Roller Derby. It's the Bad Bunnies taking on the Canny Belters.
It's going to be a cracking game.